Welcome to Seth Vidya Mandir Junior College of Commerce and Science online audio video lecture. This is Alka Chaube explaining new chapter, that is chapter number 15, Structure of Atom and Nuclei. Welcome back students. Let's move on the introduction of this chapter. So here we have the introduction about this chapter, that is in the 5th century two scientists has considered, that is Leucippus and Democritus, that the two scientists have found their assumption that matter is made up of indivisible particle, and that's called atom. But after some time, in the year of 1766 and the year of 1844, the one more famous scientist in chemistry, that is Dalton, has gave this atomic theory in the 19th century, and according to this scientist, the matter is made up of indestructible particles, and he's also assumed atom is given element and identicals, and he also proposed that atom can be combined with the other atom to form a new substances. So this all assumption has taken by the famous scientist in chemistry, that is Dalton, and with the help of this scientist in the year of 1766 to 1844. And after that, in the year of 1856 to 1940, one big famous scientist, that is J.J. Thomson, and this scientist has proved this Dalton, and this scientist has said that this atom is indestructible shape was wrong. It means the scientist has also found that Thomson assumption about atoms, and after that he discovered in the year of 1887 that he has proceed to give his model, that is J.J. Thomson. And after some year, the scientist, very famous scientist, it's Ernest Rutherford, also invented about the atoms in the year of 1871 to in the year of 1937. And then after, one more scientist, that is Niels Bohr, that is very famous scientist in chemistry and physics, also talk about this topic. So this is about the introduction of the structure of atoms. Welcome back students. Let's move on Thomson atomic model. Welcome back students. Let's move on Thomson atomic model. So here we have students the Thomson atomic model. So according to the Thomson, as you know very well students, the atom is consist of the positive, that is proton, and electron. This all assumption has taken by the different scientists, as you know very well in the introduction. So the Thomson has assumption about the atom, that is he has given the statement, that is J.J. Thomson has proposed that an atom consists of uniform sphere in which the positively charged particles are uniformly distributed and the electrons are embedded on it. What does it mean? It means students, the positive charge is nothing but the shape of the sphere, and inside of shape of the sphere the negatively charged are attached on it with a positive charge. So here in the shape you can see this is the red shape, the whole red shape is look like a sphere, and this sphere is nothing but the positive charge, and inside of that the negative charge, that is electron, is embedded on it. So it means student, this whole shape is look like a watermelon. Yes, the scientist has assumed the atom is nothing but the look like a watermelon. He compared the atom is like a fruit watermelon. That's why this theory is also known as watermelon theory model. So the scientist has also assumed that the whole shape of the positive charge is nothing but the shape of the sphere, and the shape of the sphere is having positive and negative charge, and the consist of positive and negative charge together is made up of atom. So this whole assumption has taken by this scientist, that is Thomson, and the scientists also have proved with the help of this model, that is the radius of the shape of the atom is nearly 10 raised to minus 10 meter, which is equal to the size of atom. This all assumption has taken by the scientist, and the scientists also have this assumption, the whole atom is electrically neutral. It means the number of positive charge is equal to the number of negative charge. So this is about the Thomson atomic model, and with the help of this model student, the scientist has proved that atom is the electrically neutral, and the radius of that atom is 10 raised to minus 10 meter, and this is equal to the size of atom. And here the positively charged here the positive charge and negative charge of the particles are present inside of the atom, and they consist of the positive and negatively charged, this whole charge is together and they are present in the atoms. And this all assumption has taken by the scientist, that is Thomson atomic model. That's why this model is also known as watermelon model and Thomson atomic model. Here we have Geiger and Madison experiment. The Geiger and Madison is the two scientists, that is Hans Geiger and Ernest Madison. These two scientists was the student of the Rutherford. As you know very well, students, Rutherford scientist, and his experiment is well known in physics. So they had taken the extent of their experiment and they have found their own experiment, that is Madison and Geiger experiment, and with the help of that experiment, student, the scientist has found the characteristics of atom. So here we have the Geiger and Madison experiment. So before we can start this experiment, student, the scientist has to make it the proof with the help of this experiment, and this all proof here I am giving in the notes. So first you have to remember this proof has been derived by these two scientists only. That is the radioactive. In this experiment, first we have to consider a radioactive elements. And here the scientist has taken the radioactive element, that is bismuth. As you know very well, students, in the chemistry, here 214 is atomic mass number and 83 is atomic number represented of this bismuth. So here this bismuth is a radioactive element, and this radioactive element is placed inside of this container, and this is what the source. And this radioactive element is also known as alpha particle. As you know very well, the radioactive particles is alpha particle, and this alpha particle is when moving outside of this container. As you know very well, the student, this alpha particle scattered in all direction. So here you are getting the scatter of this alpha particle. The scattering of this alpha particle is present here, and here the two leads, bricks are present. This bricks is made up of lead. Yes, students, this all information is very necessary for this experiment. That's why here I am giving the notes about this information, because here we consider a alpha particle, that is the bismuth uranium radioactive particle, and the energy of this particle is here 5.6 mega electron volt. So this much energy has been provided by this alpha particle in this experiment. And here we are using the lead bricks, and this lead bricks is nothing but made up of the why we are taking your lead bricks. Chalo, let us very important things here, because as you know very well, when this alpha particle is coming out from this container, as you know very well, student, this alpha particle scattered in all direction, like as a light, because it is scattered in all direction, x, y and z. So here we consider this alpha particle scattered in all direction, and here the leads are present. This bricks leads is present because of that, students. As you know very well, the work of this lead bricks is to make it the all scattered alpha particles to make a uniform direction. Yes, student, these bricks are collect all the scattered particle in upward and downward direction, and they are making that bricks with the help of that bricks, this all alpha particles are moving in uniform direction. This is the work of this lead bricks in this experiment, because this scattered particles we can't count, so we can just make it the scattered particle in uniform direction. That's why we introduced here lead bricks. Clear? So this after introducing lead bricks in this experiment, as you can see here, the alpha particles rays are moving here in uniform direction. It means they are moving in a linear direction. Then after that, here the scientist has introduced a gold foil. As you know very well, students, Geiger Madison is the student of the Rutherford, and Rutherford is a very big famous scientist, and the scientist already had done their Rutherford experiment, and the scientist has taken that Rutherford concept, and after that they had taken that concept extension in their experiment, as I already have explained in the introduction. So here in the gold foil, because why we are consider the gold foil, because all the experimental arrangement is very important, because you should understand why we are taking this all experimental this all the instrument inside of this experiment. So here it is introduced the gold foil. Yes, student, as you know very well, the gold foil, that is the gold foil is atomic number is 79, and the gold foil, as you know very well, they are ductile in nature. It means when we are compress this gold foil is having the quality to make itself very small thickness. It means they are like a paper side. As you know very well, students, the gold is having metallic nature, that is they are having melting point also, and their atoms never break. So here you can see they have the ductility in nature. So when we are using this gold foil, because the gold foil is atomic number is 79, and when we are compress this all atoms of the gold, these atoms of the golds are stretched or spread in all directions, students, and they are after stretching and after using the force on this gold foil, students, this all atoms, this all gold this all gold atoms are moving in a straight line, as I can explain here. Like it means like this is what initially the gold foil, and all atoms are present here, and we want very small thickness of gold foil, because as here it is mentioned, the thickness of the gold foil should be 2.1 into 10 to minus 4 meter. Why the scientist has taken 2.1 into 10 to minus 4 meter? Because the scientists want very small thickness of the metal, and the very small thickness of the metal has proved like in this, after using the compression on it. As you know very well, students, the all this number of atoms, the 79 atoms, now they are stretched like in this direction, like in this structure. Then after more compression, as you can see, these atoms are now having the bigger size, and then after some time, students, you can see now these atoms are having this much bigger size. So it means the number of the 79 atoms has been reduced, and after using the compression or pressure on it, you can see this 79 number of atoms are now become a single atom here. That's why, students, we are using the gold foil here, because when this alpha particle is scattered on this gold foil, the number of atoms becomes single, and then after this uses, students, when this alpha particle strike on this gold foil, as you know very well, there is a one screen is present, and this screen is nothing but the made up of the zinc sulfide. Yes, that is also a metal, that is as you know very well known hard metal, as I explained in photons and electrons chapter, that is zinc sulfide is a hard metal. So when this alpha particle strike on this zinc sulfide, the number of the particle which is scattered on the screen, it is detected by this detector. Yes, students, here the detector is present, you can see here. It means how we can understand how much alpha particle has been detected by this detector. So the scientist has found that when this alpha particle is scattered on the screen, because when this alpha particle after lead bricks are making alpha particle in uniform direction, as you know very well, and then after this alpha particle is entered in the gold foil, and this gold foil is nothing but the strike on the alpha particle on the gold foil, and this gold foil is having number of atoms. So these atoms are now has been present large atoms present, the 79 atoms. Then after compression and compression, the atoms they are now making group, and they are bigger atom, and they are make like a single atom here. So you can see the single atoms are present, the gold foils, and when these single atoms, when the alpha particles strike on these single atoms, then what happens, students? As you can see, after strike this gold foil, the alpha particles some of the particles are moving in this direction and some of the particles scattered on the screen. It means both the number of particles scattered on screen, some of the particles scattered in some direction and they are making some angle, and some of the particles they are scattered in uniform direction. It means they are passed from the screen in angle 0. And this all concept has been experimentally proved by the Geiger and the Madison. And here the scientist is also has a, I will explain in detail after some time, but here we have to first understand this point. And every alpha particle strike with the zinc sulfide on the screen, that is gives the momentary bright step. It means, students, as already you have known about when this alpha particles strike on the screen after collision with this gold foil. So what happens, how we count how many alpha particle has been passed in 0 angle or how many alpha particles scattered with some angle? Because students, here you can see this detector, that is zinc detector, is present here. And this detector, when this alpha particles fall on this screen, then what happens, the some bright and dark spots are present, and the bright spots here it counted by this detector, and the dark spots is also counted by the screen. So after this experimental proof, the scientist has found the bright spots is nothing but the count of the alpha particle, and this is counted, has been taken by this detector. So this all is has proof given by these two scientists, and the every alpha particle strike when the screen, and it's give the bright step, and with the help of that bright step we can find out how many alpha particles scattered on the screen. And then after, by creating the number of spots through this experiment, students, we can obtain that after some time what will be the experimental proof has been taken by the scientists. So let us move on to some points, and then after points we can find out. So the aim of this experiment, after the scientist has been found every notes which is present here, the aim of this experiment is nothing but the characteristics of atom. Yes, because with the help of this experiment, students, the scientist has found what is the characteristics of this atom. So let us move on the some notes with the help of this notes and this example you can understand. As you know,